Did you know that the Bible actually teaches us how to cure our anxiety? Matthew 6:25-34. I'm not going to read it all, but I'll go through what it tells us to do. It actually tells us to go outside, to look at the birds. Why the birds? Because they are fed every day and they have food from their Father. Why does he tell us to look outside at the birds? Because the birds always are fed. The Father allows them to have the food that they need in order to keep living. So he's trying to tell us that if he's taking care of the birds, it actually says, are you not much more than they? Are we not much more than the birds? And if the birds are being fed, is he not going to care for us? He's telling us to stop worrying about what we need or what we don't have, because God will provide that for us. He's doing it to the birds, so he's going to obviously do it for us. And then he tells us to go look at the lilies when we're worried about if we're going to have clothes. Why the lilies? Because they are clothed with beautiful colors and it's all from God. The lilies didn't do any of it on its own. It's all because of God. So he's teaching us that we are not to worry. What does he tell us to do? Besides going outside and looking at all these things that calm us, he tells us to seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to us. So how do we seek first his kingdom and his righteousness? Seeking his kingdom is letting him lead our lives and our actions in a way that glorifies him. It's also sharing the gospel, sharing the good news to other people and leading other people to Jesus. And lastly, it's building a relationship with him by prayer, by reading the Bible, reading his word, letting him speak to you. You can't hear from him if you're not listening to him, if you're not reading what he said to you. And then being obedient, living a life that is obedient to him and letting him decide your actions. Is to seek his righteousness. What does that look like? Living in holiness, which is avoiding sin and trying to live a pure life. Having your heart made pure and your mind made pure. Loving others just like Jesus loved others when he was walking the earth. And then trusting in God, letting go of all your worries and your stress and your anxiety, and really leaning on him and knowing that he has a perfect plan for you. Even if it doesn't align with what you want, it's always going to be perfect and it's always going to make sense. And when we do those things, it says all these things will be added to you. What will be added to us? Jesus promises when we prioritize God's kingdom and his righteousness, our needs will be met. This is not about wealth or having a lot of money or having a Lamborghini, but it's about having truly what God wants for you, not what you want. So remember, seek first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness, and everything you need will be added to you. So don't worry, just seek Jesus. Love y'all.